Guys, I think Blake Lively just leaked the names of the two other actresses who were uncomfortable with Justin Baldoni, and you are not going to believe this. I cannot believe this, guys. I have zero doubt in my mind, in my opinion, that Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds, their team leaked these names. And you'll see why in a second. Let's get through this. It ends with us. Blake Lively claims two other actresses are prepared to testify against Justin Baldoni. The new allegations were part of an amended complaint filed late Tuesday by Lively, including that Baldoni's Wayfarer partner and billionaire Steve Sarowitz allegedly told a witness he will protect the studio like Israel protected itself from Hamas. This is how you know it's a hit piece. Okay. This is the Hollywood Reporter. What does that have to do with anything? Like, it actually have nothing. How come they don't ever talk about Deadpool and all the other things? Okay, we can get into that, but I'll get off track. Blake Lively's legal battle with her ends with us. Director and co-star took a turn late Tuesday night when she filed an amended complaint alleging that two other actresses on the set of the film are prepared to testify as to their own uncomfortable experiences with Justin Baldoni with his Wayfarer studio partner, Jamie Heath. The studio does not name the actresses, quote directly from their text, or include screenshots out of concern that they may be exposed to the same sort of cyberbullying and threats Lively and her husband, Ryan Reynolds, claim they endured, along with others associated with the ongoing saga. This is so rich. The amount of bullying we've seen them do, all the evidence we've seen. Nice pool, and they have the nerve to. These narcissists are making me want to just vomit. Sources. Okay. When they say sources in the Hollywood Reporter or one of these things, just know that's PR. That's a person in their camp. This isn't, I can't call up and say, hey, I'm a source. I have a hot tip. This is going to happen. You and I cannot do this. These have to be people that are verified, fact checked. They're not just going to run with a story without fact checking. Well, and we know the New York Times does that for sure, based on what they did to Justin Baldoni. But meaning, even though they don't fact check everything and they spin it and they push a narrative to protect who they want to protect, they still aren't just going to take a random source. Okay. They can see themselves having a lot of liability by doing those types of things. This is quid pro quo. You do this for me. They will keep feeding you stories. You guys know how PR works, hopefully. Sources indicate the two women are actresses Jenny Slate and Isabella Ferrer, who could not immediately be reached for comment. So it just goes into who they are. But what's crazy is they did not want to be named. So when her amended lawsuit dropped, everybody was like what? They like you're just saying that other women felt uncomfortable, but they're not willing to share any of their information. They don't want to join the lawsuit. They don't want to be named. You can't share text, nothing. Like keep my name out of it. They're probably hoping it just settles and they won't have to be dragged into it or something like that. But now, because no one believed what Blake was saying, there was no teeth to this thing. It was ridiculous. There was no evidence of it. It was written like fan fiction. It was like a fantasy in her mind. Okay. And so everyone was calling this out like, okay, if you have these witnesses, where are they? Why aren't they in there? But now, the very next day, really technically, is it still the same day? It was still technically the same day when they saw it, their manipulation was not working again. And they said, we don't give a damn if you don't want to be named. They are throwing these two under the bus to save themselves, to put the heat on them, and so that Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds can save themselves. Absolutely disgusting, but I'm here for it. Okay. So this is, here we go. Importantly, however, these victim witnesses have given Miss Lively permission to share their communication in the amended complaint as they are laid out, and they will testify and produce documents in the discovery process, said a spokesperson for Lively. So a spokesperson now, not even just that was in the lawsuit, but now a spokesperson has come out and said this. Who's the spokesperson? Is it a lawyer? Is it Ryan Reynolds? Is it Blake? Like who? You don't even name it? Okay. In a statement, Brian Friedman, a lawyer for Baldoni, said that Lively's revised lawsuit is filled with unsubstantial hearsay of unnamed persons who are clearly no longer willing to come forward or publicly support her claims. He added, since documents do not lie and people do, the upcoming depositions of those who initially supported Ms. Lively's false claims and those who are witnesses to her own behavior will be enlightening. What is truly uncomfortable here is Ms. Lively's lack of actual evidence. Absolutely true. So even the lawyer came out and scorched her, clearly they're unnamed. There's no evidence. There's no documentation. There's nothing, but we're just supposed to believe this. And this is why they pushed it out there. The filing could represent another shakeup at the It Ends With Us, a legal and PR battle, which until now has largely been seen as a fight between Lively and Baldoni. Having two more women from the production allegedly claim that they were likewise mistreated by the director could push the saga from being perceived as a bitter feud into a literal Me Too territory. Oh my gosh, guys, they are still trying to Me Too him. After all that we know. After all the lies and deception and all the receipts, they are still trying to Me Too him. And they have pushed these women's names out there to give teeth to their claims. But they did not want to be out there. They didn't want to have nothing to do with it. They haven't even offered public support. I think maybe the initial thing where the next day all these actors were like, yeah, we support Blake. We stand with women. It's been radio silence since that time. But now, suddenly, they come out? Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm not going to go into certain details because this is a fluff. Ms. Lively has filed an amended complaint today that provides significant and additional evidence and corroboration of her original claims. No, it does not. There is not a damn shred of evidence in there or corroboration. It's just her talking. It's just fan fiction, fantasy, delusions. What? The evidence includes previously undisclosed communications involving Miss Lively, representatives of Sony and Wayfarer, and numerous other witnesses. No, there's not. What are you talking about? And why weren't they disclosed before? If this was this evidence, there's no timeline in your thing. There's nothing, but now they're just saying it is, so we're supposed to believe it. This is what they do because they know most people will not look at the lawsuit. They don't know the details, so they put this out here hoping that just some sheep just reads and say, Blake Lively's innocent, like she was sexually harassed. Oh, the Hollywood Reporter said it, so it must be true. Jesus, give me the her lawyers Ezra Hudson and Mike Gottlieb said in a statement, or at least we've got sources, we got the spokesperson, but now now the lawyers are speaking. Who do you think is doing all of this? This is like, who's the spokesperson? Who is the sources? But now you can name the lawyers. Are they the ones that just told you that because it's the same article with their statements? Sure. Jesus. Sorry, this is moving. The complaint includes significant contemporaneous evidence that Ms. Lively was not alone in raising allegations of on-set misconduct more than a year before the film was edited, as well as evidence detailing the threats, harassment, and intimidation of not just Ms. Lively, but numerous innocent bystanders that have followed defendants' retaliatory campaign. Lies, deception, delusion. None of that was substantiated in that ridiculous amended lawsuit. According to the amended suit, experiences of Lively and others were documented at the time they occurred, beginning in May of 2023. Guys, is this where they are bringing in those leaked HR complaints that randomly appeared? I think, was it last weekend? When the SNL thing happened, they just randomly appeared. Redacted names, redacted dates. You couldn't see anything. We're just supposed to believe it. When Sony came out and said before in Variety, there were no complaints. There were no HR complaints at all. But now there are. So oh, child. On May 24th, 2023, Lively confided in a text to a woman who was a mutual friend of Baldoni and Heath. I was going to invite you to set tomorrow. These people, whoa, it's like HR nuts today. The both of them, I wasn't expecting that turn. I mean, it's been present, but today I came home and cried. Further in the exchange, Lively describes Mr. Baldoni and Mr. Heath as creeps, like keep your hormones to yourself. This is not mine. I don't want it. I don't want you. What gaze? I don't know what this is. Or words or tongue or videos of your naked wife. Yeah, it's shocking. Clowns, states the amended law. If these are actually real, we don't know who she sent it to. We don't know anything about it. And we're supposed to believe Justin Baldoni, with his little $25 million budget, first directorial movie, he's a nobody in Hollywood. You are the wife of Ryan Reynolds. You have clout. Ari Emanuel's defending you guys, with Baldoni, whatever. You're a power couple, and you're just being harassed and just threatened, and all of these things are happening to you behind the scenes, and you have nowhere to turn. You don't know what to do. No one will believe you. And then you go and do Nice Pool, this man you're so afraid of. If they happen to be real, let's say she texts that to somebody, in my belief, is that she did it because this was planned out. There have been videos and things where people show how they planned this out from the beginning, how they wanted to take over. We heard Blake Lively say that's what she does. She does a rug pull so she can have agency over the whole thing. They thought Baldoni was weak. They thought he wouldn't do anything. So, but in order to give teeth, to turn the cast to her side, she would start texting these types of things, and I can't believe it. And so then later on, she'll have someone to speak up for her, me too. And that's why they go to the New York Times. This is crazy. And why weren't any of these text messages included before? I'm very confused. These weren't in the New York Times. These weren't in the first lawsuit. But now suddenly they appear like these magical HR complaints, even though Sony said there were none. Okay, sis. Woo. A few days later, on May 26, 2023, Lively reported her concerns regarding unwelcome and inappropriate behavior by Baldoni and Heath to Sony employee, now they named the employee, Agni Giannetti. The suit says Baldoni acknowledged the complaints in writing at the time when reaching out to one of the women. Where is the receipt? Over the following 3 days, another female cast member reported her own concerns regarding Baldoni's unwelcome behavior to both Giannetti and one of the film's producers. The amended complaint has also added a new claim for defamation. It's new now, guys. Just keep adding stuff. Isn't that what Amber Heard kept doing? Just kept adding, and just new stuff that dropped out of the sky. Oh, you know what? I forgot about the wine bottle that he broke off and yanked me up with in my cooch. This is something I just. It's late, y'all. I'm just acting crazy. Okay. The amended complaint also added a new claim for defamation based on the repeated false statements the defendants have allegedly made about Miss Lively since she filed her original complaint, and adds Jed Wallace and his company as defendants, according to a spokesperson for Lively. What? Who is the spokesperson? The PR? Is this all the PR people? The same no-named spokesperson. Who is this? Receipts. Wallace, a crisis PR manager, was brought on by Wayfair and has worked closely with Baldoni's lawyer, Brian Friedman, and crisis PR manager, Melissa Nathan. The amended complaint further alleges that Wayfair co-founder and billionaire Steve Horowitz told a witness that he will protect the studio like Israel protected itself from Hamas. There were 39,000 Dead body. He just said that. He just bust out and just said that. Who's the witness? Who heard this? Do you have this on tape? Is this recorded? I need receipts because you sound crazy. The complaint claims he told the unnamed witness, another unnamed witness, there will be 2 dead bodies when I'm done. Minimum, not dead, but you're dead to me. So that kind of dead, but dead to a lot of people. Oh my God. So Lively alleged in her original complaint that he has not denied telling another third party he was prepared to spend $100 million to ruin the lives of Miss Lively and her family. But now this magical witness says he's bringing up Israel and Hamas. Unprompted, he just bust out with that. Sure. But they're still unnamed. Since publicizing misconduct allegations over the filming of It Ends With Us in December, Lively has been trading legal blows with Baldoni and dueling lawsuits in federal court in New York as each side looks to curry public favor in highly publicized dispute. Thus far, they've refused to engage in settlement discussions according to court documents. Don't they make this sound like this is some both sides thing? Like the internet is, they both are trying to fight for PR. Like, no, sis. Nobody's on your side. Like 99.999% of us have seen the receipts. If you have all these witnesses and receipts, where are they? But because we keep asking that, now the names have been leaked. Looks like we're going to have fun digging all into the archives of those 2. The new allegations from Lively filed on Tuesday expanding narrative in which she detailed, okay, all right, this is just getting tedious. Web of relationships, blah, blah, Brian Friedman. They're just going on and on. God. Okay, so guys, yep, we now know those little HR complaints, those leaks. I believe this is now them leaking this. They weren't willing to put it all in the lawsuit. They weren't willing to put in the amended complaint. These women did not want to be named because she was probably spinning this with them the entire time they were filming and they were believing her. And so she has all these old text messages like, remember you said that about him? And I'm going to have to, I need you to step up and you got to have my back and all this other stuff. But now that they didn't want to be named and no one believes her and we call BS on this, and there was, this entire thing was just, he did this, this is what happened. No evidence. But now they have thrown them to the wolves, thrown them into the fire. They just said that their name, they didn't want to be named because they want to protect them from, us regular people who have eyes and ears and we're not just believing the spin and PR. She wanted to protect them, but now they don't give a damn. They just throwing them out there. And they wouldn't report on this without this being a verified source, meaning their camp, meaning their PR people, to all save themselves. It's late. I just wanted to report on this, so I've got to get into more details. But guys, make sure if you want to support me, I always talk about it, but I'm too tired to go in details. My Team Justin merch will be linked in the description box as well as the pinned comment. My Justice Dragon, merch, and It Ends With Court merch. Make sure you check it out, and I will see you guys on the next one.